Maybe the realtor said that was a standard.
Yeah.
Maybe someone slipped up here and someone created a culture or just an idea that there's a standard there when there never should have been
a standard. Yeah.
So I guess what had happened, and I'm not too sure what happened, but what I assume had happened was the seller was confused of why he was paying paid Leroy, but why they had to pay me. It's like, hey, I only paid you to sell my house. Why are we paying this other agent? I only wanted to pay you, Leroy. Why do I have to pay Renzo?
Yeah.
I understand he brought a buyer, but I only agreed to pay. But they didn't you get what I'm saying? But there was a miscommunication about how the co-op commission worked. Maybe that agent didn't communicate to them what the 5% meant. Didn't explain why it was 5-6%. And why is it 5-6% typically?
Well, go back to say there's no typical. No, keep in mind, and I want to go back, way back, where 1970s, where that was sort of a thing that was happening. They were charging. This happened before they colluded antitrust. They did this thing many years ago, and this was in Chicago, where they were charging 7, 8, 10%, right? And the court had came down on that too. But this case that happened, I believe the court says that now the seller has the option. The seller and the buyer has the option of paying their own realtor. I think that's the gist of the situation. And so we want to take that. I want to give you guys some thoughts on that because that's a good. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to go back one more. A couple years in 1990 when I came into the business, and there was I remember I was brand new and I called a client and I called a agent and he says, and I told him my client would like to see, all right? And then the agent called me and said, hey, it's not your client, it's my client because I have the seller. So that was the gist of things where back in the back before the I think it was 93, 93, 94, where everybody represented the seller.
Yeah, the seller's agent represented everyone.
The seller's agent
was everyone's agent.
Was everyone's agent.